Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Yesterday we were discussing about the South Indian temples and North Indian temples, and we explained in North Indian temple only mantras are needed because it is Punya Bhumi and Jnana Bhumi. South Indian temples are Karma Bhumi, where mantra, tantra and yantra are needed. Mantra means mananena trayate iti mantra. Whatever is elevating, whatever is stabilizing our mind, manaha. So mantra is connected with our mind. Mantra is connected with the psychology. Mantra is connected with the shanti of mind, manashanti. Tantra means tanu. Tanu means body. So tantra fully deals with mudra. Ramam Batmana Jalangalpyami, Yam Vayuva Shatna Gandangalpyami, Ham Agnyatmana Pushpangalpyami, Tamamrdatna Nivedyangalpyami, Tamamrdi Amrdani, Amrdolpave, Amrdishwari, Amrdavarshini, Amrdam, Sravaya Swaha. These are all connected with the body movement. Mudra also, symbols. So all those who are connected with the body action, they are all known as Tantra. That is maximum in South Indian temples. So mantra, tantra. Yantra means the one which is stabilizing mind and body. So all the yantras are controlling, guiding, stabilizing, equilibrizing our mind and body. These three are needed for South Indian temples. Now entering further into the subject, the condition for going to the temples. The condition for going to a church, I do not know whether any conditions are there or not. The conditions for going to a mosque, in Kerala you can see Hindus are not permitted to enter some of the mosques in North Kerala. It's exclusively because all those mosques are the temples got converted into mosque by Tippu Sultan. So wherever Hindus are not permitted in the mosques in North Kerala, they are all hundreds and hundreds of mosques are there where Hindus are not permitted exclusively because they were Hindu temples and they got converted into mosque by Tippu Sultan. That's why Hindus are not permitted. And here you can see condition for entering into the temple. Any Hindu can enter into the temple, Christian can enter, Muslim can enter, atheist can enter, and they can worship in the temple. The condition for that is PANCHA SUDDHI, Sharira Shuddhi, purity of body, cleanliness of body, Manas Shuddhi, purity of mind or cleanliness of mind, Vak Shuddhi, the words or the conversations or the dialogues should be clean, pure, neat, and Ahara Shuddhi. Those who are taking good vegetarian food and not the dead bodies of animals, not the flesh and blood of the animals, they can enter into the temple. So Sharira Shuddhi, Manas Shuddhi, Vak Shuddhi, Ahara Shuddhi and Karma Shuddhi, purity of doing the actions. Those who are involved in good activities, they can enter into the temple. These are the strict conditions for anyone for entering into the temples. Now we offer money or material to the temple. That is not for making the gods happy. Making the gods happy is not the role of the human being. The role of the God is making the human being happy. In Hindu Dharma, God is not like an individual like Jehovah or Allah. Jehovah always want to see that the people should not worship other gods. Allah also always want to see that only Allah should be worshipped and other God should not be worshipped. Christians and Muslims say that there is only one God. For Christians, the only one God is Jehovah. For Muslim, the only one God is Allah. But remember that both these people say there is only one God in the world. That God himself or herself, that God says you should not worship another God. What does it mean? You should not worship another God means there is another God. So they automatically agree that other gods are there. Only the condition is that other gods should not be worshipped. It is just like a terrorist. You are working under me, so you should not serve others. You are serving me, you are taking salary from me, you are my believer, you are my follower. So if you worship other God, I will take action against you, I will punish you because you are my follower, I am your manager, and you should not worship other God. If you go and worship other God, I will see that your fourth generation, up to the fourth generation, will be annihilated. This type of terrorism by the God is not available in Hindu Dharma. You can see it will never be seen anywhere. As I told you, when you are offering something the God or deity of a temple, remember that that offering of money, that offering of flowers, that offering of some nivedyam, these are all specifically connected with Pancha Mahayajna, not for making the God happy. The God does not need the temple, God does not need your lamb, does not need the food, the sweets or your kirtan. God does not need the mantra, tantra or yantra or anything. We human beings need that because we worship the nature in the form of a deity, and we remind ourselves that there is a power in the nature which guides us, which motivates us, which directs us, and always remember that there is a power beyond us which will be keeping the balance of the nature. So it is our obligatory duty to see that we are controlling ourselves. Once you are going beyond a limit, like Saddam Hussein, even though Saddam Hussein used to pray 5 times every day being a Muslim, and Saddam Hussein could chant Quran by heart. Osama bin Laden used to pray 5 times every day and Quran is by heart. Gaddafi used to chant Quran by heart, used to pray 5 times a day, but Allah did not protect him. So merely chanting Quran or praying 5 times does not mean anything. So you are trying to make the God happy. There is nothing like the so-called human form of God who is a manager, so-called creator, who never wants people to worship other gods. That type of so-called arrogant autocratic leadership of the God is not there in Hindu Dharma. Hindu Dharma, when you offer something to the temple, remember that it is not for making the God happy. That stone idol will not become happy, and for making that stone idol happy, that explanation does not exist in Hindu Dharma. It is offering to the temple connected with the Deva Yajna. Deva Yajna means the Yaga Yajna performed for keeping the nature in the balanced form. So Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, we remember the great rishis who are responsible for the creation of the Sanatana Dharma. The rishis responsible for our Vedas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Puranas, Darshanas, Upavedas, Upangas, and so on. The great rishis who are responsible for the birth of Sanatana Dharma, we remember them. We remember them. As I told you, thousands of rishis composed thousands of books in thousands of subjects for the last many thousands of years. And they never said that study only this book. If you read some other book, you will go to hell. They never said. They said still modern, novel, new books will be written. Follow that one. Take inspiration from the heritage. So we worship, we remember our rishis. So Deva Yajna is the first Yajna. Rishi Yajna is the second Yajna. Pitru Yajna, we remember, we worship, we respect, we honor our forefathers. Pitru Yajna and Bhuta Yajna. Bhuta Yajna, all living and non-living beings which support our existence in this world. Every grass, every tree, every microorganism, every animal, every birds, and even a worm has got its own role in keeping the human life intact on the surface of the globe earth. Even without the presence of human beings, all these trees, all these butterflies, all these birds, all these animals can exist on the surface of the globe earth. So even though human beings are not there, all these things can exist. But if they are not there, life of human beings will become miserable. Life of human beings will become miserable. So we are indebted to all these living and non-living beings on the surface of the globe earth. So we perform Bhuta Yajna. So remember, Deva Yajna connected with the natural forces, natural power, nature. Rishi Yajna connected with the great sages of India and outside. And Pitru Yajna, we are showing our indebtedness, our rena to our great forefathers. And Bhuta Yajna, all the living and non-living beings around us. Manushya Yajna, human being is a social animal. We have to interdepend each other, and dependence is an inevitable part for human beings. So I serve you, you serve me, I support you, you support me. So Manushya Yajna is a part of our life. We used, every Indian used to perform Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna and Manushya Yajna in our homes in earlier days. But nowadays, remember that we are so busy. We are now getting accommodated in flats and also the busy township and the cities. So we do not have much time for performing this Pancha Mahayajna. Pancha means 5 Mahayajna. So instead of performing these Pancha Mahayajnas in our home, we offer the money or material to the temple where Pancha Mahayajnas are performed every day. So we offer money to the temple exclusively as the participation of Pancha Mahayajna in the temple. So remember, the condition for entering into the temple, Pancha Shuddhi, Sharira Shuddhi, Manas Shuddhi, Vak Shuddhi, Ahara Shuddhi, Karma Shuddhi. Second question, why we are offering money to the temple? Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Manushya Yajna. We are participating for that. And remember that for the Hindus there are 2 types of worships. One Vedic worship, other one Puranic worship. What is Vedic worship? All the prayer, all the worship, all the customs and rituals which we perform by offering the material to the fire altar. That is Gana Homa, Mrityunjaya Homa, Tila Homa, similarly Soma Yaga, Chandiga Homa. All these are the worship or the customs and rituals performed by the Hindus by offering the materials to the fire. Fire. Agne Nayasupadaraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuhranameno Bhuishtam Tenama Uktim Vadema. Agnimile Purohidam Yajnasya Deva Mrityujam Hodaram Ratnadhadamam Agni Purve Rishi Viridio Nuda Nairuta Sadevan Ehavakshadi Agni Naya. This is all connected with Agni. So many worships are there connected with Agni. All those worships, all those rituals which we perform in the fire altar, they are known as Vedic rituals. All the customs and rituals which we perform connected with the idols, idol worship. The idol can be made of granite, idol can be made of marble, idol can be made of laterite soil, idol can be made of clay, idol can be from metal, Panchaloha. Instead of idol you can keep a lamb. Instead of idol or a lamb you can keep a picture or a manorupa. Manorupa means you are arbitrarily saying that this particular coconut is Ganesha. This particular coconut or arikanut, this flower is Mahadevi, Devi, Bhagavati or Ganesha. Arbitrarily you are keeping the concept and sankalpa that this is the representation of the natural power. So 8 types of vigrahas, 8 types of idols, including wooden idol can be used for that. So remember, granite can be used, marble can be used, laterite can be used, wood can be used, metal idol can be used, lamp can be used, picture can be used, manorupa can be used. In ancient India, only Vedic worships were there. Later on came the idol worship. Why idol worship came? Is because it is simple and easy. Why Vedic worships got slowly gone back? Because it is cumbersome, it's very difficult, it's very strict. Everyone cannot participate in Vedic ritual because Veda mantra chanting is very difficult, not that easy. Whereas temple worship is very simple. So that how the temples are constructed? In South India, the temples are constructed, as I told earlier, like Yagashala. Yagashala, so sacrificial houses or homes you can see. Yajnashala, Yagashala. In the Yagashala, you can see there is an Uttaravedi. Uttaravedi is always constructed either in the square shape or circular shape. So in the center of the Uttaravedi, in Yagashala, all the 24 hours, the fire will be continuously burning without stopping. 24 hours fire will be there, flame will be there. So Uttaravedi is equal to sanctum sanctorum in the temple. So Uttaravedi should be square or circular. So the sanctum sanctorum of the temple should also be either square or circular. In Uttaravedi, 24 hours fire flames will be there. In the place of fire flame which ejects light and heat, here in sanctum sanctorum of the temple we have got the idol. So idol represent the fire, it represents the energy, it represents light and heat. And when you go to the temple, remember that we are going to the temple for accepting light energy, heat energy, sound energy and chemical energy. Why we are going to the temple? For energization of our body. I told you, temples for Hindus are not merely prayer halls. They are definitely prayer halls, much more than prayer halls. The temples are the centers for elevating our mind from asadoma sadgamaya, elevating our mind from tamasoma jyotirgamaya, elevating our mind from mrityorma amritam gamaya, elevating from bad to good, elevating from darkness to light, elevating from ashanti to shanti. And we go to the temple as the second part for elevating the health of the body. All the customs and rituals we perform in the temple are directly linked with the health of the body also. We go to the temple as the third point for family relation building. The wife, the husband, the father, the mother, the children go together, they share together, they care together, they cure together and exist together. The family which pray together, stay together. The family which pray together, stay together. So going to the temple is not merely for going to the heaven or for performing the prayers, but for the building of family relations. Going to the temple, as I told you earlier, 2 days back, is also for enriching the social bondage of Hindus. So building the social bondage is an important part when we participate in the Pratishtha Din, when we participating in the festivals of the temples, when we participate on the glorious holy occasions in the temple. We meet different type of people, we get ourselves introduced with them, and we are making friendships and we build the relations through the temple activities. And also the temples are meant for national integration. People from all over India, the Indians from all over the world, they come to the temple. Again the national integration takes place. So going to the temple, performing the Vedic ritual in the temple, performing the idol-based Puranic ritual in the temple are all meant for these 5 points: mind, body, family, society and nation. And when we offer the money or material to the temple, it is for Pancha Mahayajna, and we go to the temple for energization of the body. We go to the temple for acquiring light energy, heat energy, sound energy and chemical energy harmonious to our body. Harmonious to our body. And what we are doing in the temple, we do 8 activities in the temple. That is listening the mantras, Bhagavata, listening Bhagavad Gita, listening the stories, listening the experiences, listening the messages, listening the sound of the bell, listening the mantras, listening the temple vadyas. So sound energy. Listening is the first activity what we do in the temple. Watching the glorious sanctum sanctorum, the beauty of the temple, the colorful flowers and leaves, that what we watch, it affects the light energy. So listening, one activity in the temple, watching, second activity, then kirtan, chanting the mantra. So kirtanam, when we chant the mantra, automatically our mind will be getting concentrated, neuro-linguistic effect will be produced in the brain, psycho-linguistic effect also will be produced in the brain. So listening, watching, discussing or chanting, chanting the mantras, chanting the kirtans, nama japa, etc. take place in the tongue. And then smarana. So Shravanam, Darshanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. We keep our mind away from the negatives. Then we go to the peaceful mind. When our mind gets diverted from the daily problems of the family and go to the peaceful state of remembering the God concept, automatically you can see that your mind will be getting elevated, getting free from the negatives of the day-to-day life, getting free from the pains of the lives and sorrows of the life by focusing the mind to the idol or the temple. So Shravanam, Darshanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam. We pray to the God, and in the Kirtanam, we pray to the God. That is known as Prarthana. Prakarshena yat arthayati tat Prarthana. Our prayer is not for taking our sin by the God. The God will not take your sin. You are not a sinner at all. Srinvandu Vishwe Amritasya Putra. You are the children of immortal. You are not at all a sinner. The Christians tell you that, the Muslims tell you that you are a sinner because Adam and Eve disobeyed Jehovah. If Adam and Eve disobeyed Jehovah, it is their business and Jehovah's duty is to punish them, not to punish Gopalakrishnan or yourself. If somebody is doing some crime, you cannot put somebody else in the jail. You cannot hang somebody else. So remember that hunger is not transferable, thirst is not transferable, the flight ticket is not transferable, the train ticket is not transferable. Just like that, your sin cannot be transferred to Jesus Christ. It's the blunder to say that when my sin is taken by Jesus Christ. It's a world's most blunderous word to say that Jesus got hanged for my crime, my mistake and my sin. If that is possible, so many people are there in the jail. Instead of putting them in the jail, somebody else can be hanged and these people can be relieved. Because for me, Jesus has already got crucified. Now again, why people are kept in the jail? So these are all 100% nonsenses that is used by the church priest for cheating the Christian followers. The nuns and the priest want to see that Christians are always in the superstitious mind, so that they will not go to other religion. They will not openly think. And the Christian priests always used to say, blindly follow me, don't ask questions. But Hindus are not like that. So our prayer, our kirtan is not by repeatedly saying that we are sinners, we are sinners, we are sinners, or the sons of vipers. That is the name used for human being in Bible. The most primitive literature in the world, written for the people living in the desert, that is got transferred into India. The most cultured people, some of them are getting cheated, converted to the uncultured religion, uncivilized religion meant for the people 2000 years ago in the desert of Israel. Now our prayer is Asadoma Sadgamaya. Our prayer is Sahana Vavadu Sahana Ubunaktu Sahavidyam Karavavahai. Our prayer is Bhadram Karne Vishnuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyema Kshavirya Jatraha. So our temple activities are Shravanam, Darshanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Archanam, Samarpanam and Sevanam. Samarpanam means offering to the nature. When we take something from the nature, we have to give something to the nature also. Devan bhavayadanena yo deva bhavayanduvaha parasparam bhavayanda shreya paramavapnuyat. Parasparam bhavayanda, giving and taking policy that exists here in India. And the last part is Sevanam. Temples are service centers. Temples are centers for servicing, for serving the old age people, orphans, uneducated people, and sick people, and those who deserve the support, hungry people, old age people, orphans, ignorant people, and orphans, and those who are hungry. So Sevanam is part of the temple. 8 activities in the temple: Shravanam, Darshanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Archanam, Samarpanam, Sevanam are taking place. So Hindu temples are like the capital of the village, and the temple deity is like the head of the capital or a ruler of the village. All the individual, family based, social and national activities are taking place in the temples. So remember, the church and mosque is entirely different from the concept of Hindu temples world over. Pranams. We will be continuing tomorrow also. Thank you very much.